Folks, I'll be sharing my techniques and this technology at these upcoming spaces. Sure hope to meet you there. Good morning, everyone. Today's Thursday, October 11th, and this is the Futures in 5. My goodness, what a day yesterday. Absolutely incredible. You know, a lot of times days like yesterday challenge us to change our minds, and if we can't, we need to learn how to step out of the way, and that is what happened. Now, we've been talking about these auction profiles for a long time. And yesterday's Futures in 5, I said, hey, listen, we've got a do or die area for a number of these charts, and breakaways from these edges could give us dramatic expansion. And lo and behold, it was incredible. 144 points in the last 2 days in the ES. That's a lot of points. What we're doing now is, here's our old support holding up. It was resistance, it became support, and then it held as support after it faded through the space. That's going to be the level that we look at today. We are going to have value buyers try to push us up into where? 27.94, 27.97. Then it's going to be very interesting. Look at the auction gap. It's so thin here from the volume that my image doesn't even pick it up. That's a big deal, folks. Bounces are likely to fade on the edge of motion. That being said, we've already moved over 140 ticks. That's a lot of motion. 160 ticks, we've way over that. And so now we're looking for the chart to sort of get into resistance and then stall. If it can hold this pocket at 27.70, we'll have a better bounce on the horizon. But we certainly do have a sea change. Yesterday I said, hey, listen, the NQ is at a do or die zone. And obviously it was the die zone. And this chart, monster motion. Again, 2 days of price action, giving us a range of 486 points. That's a lot of points. Multiply that by 4 and you've got the number of ticks. That's a big move. Where are we? Right down at support. What's happening? Well, we're battling there, of course, as well we should, because it is a value zone. What we are doing is trying to hold above our 7,000 area. That's kind of a big deal. But we can't seem to get up and over our 70.66. We are trying to get there, though, so watch for buyers to try and pick up these spaces on value. We've had a lot of opportunities where value has posed a really nice lift for us. We just need to learn to be good followers in this market. We don't need to lead. Most of us don't have pockets deep enough to do that. Here is the YM. Sorry about that big heavy move in there. Here's the YM. This chart, it needs to get up over 25,550 to really look like it's going to hold. Thin auctioning all the way up into 2580. Listen, we've got thin auctioning all the way down to 2490, 24,900, and 24,600. So bounces going to give us some relief, but we are going to run into sellers at the pass. It's just not going to be an easy ride to the upside. Don't chase the highs. And I do believe we have a sea change upon us. Here's the thing, the only one that I can still use a 4-hour chart on. It's oil, but it did come in and it faded right into major support zones. Here we are in this region. So what are we doing? We're going to bounce into resistance. Where is that? Well, it's around this region, 74.50, 74.48. What do we want to do? Let it bounce up and over that area and then come back. See this slope? It tells me my bounces are going to fade. Don't rush this trade, folks. If you're discombobulated after yesterday, you just need to step back and say, let me just take a breath. I'm not going to engage in the market. I'm going to try to understand the message that the traders are sending in this space. The last thing we'll look at is gold. What's it doing? It's bouncing into resistance, right? We have old resistance. What's going to happen here? Yeah, we're going to have sellers. Now, this is a risk-on space, so a lot of traders are going to be looking at stopping this fade and trying to hold higher lows, but really we can see that support zone sitting right there at the 1201 to maybe 1206. If we can hold 1206, the chart could give us more upside action, but it's any man's game. It is. My thought is pullbacks here, probably going to give us some buy zones, but if our normal charts begin and hold their bounces like they have been holding, we are going to have trouble holding the highs here. But we're going to watch this pattern to shift here in gold if we do actually have a different environment afoot. All right, that is the futures in 5. No, that's a short message today, but that's all we've got. We have to sit and watch. Bounces going to give us very nice price action in general.